Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from this month's sponsor, Ethico.
In the delicate arena of compliance, every conversation matters. Traditional methods can leave callers feeling unheard, but Ethico changes the game. Our empathetic interview technique reshapes compliance calls into powerful, compassionate interactions, ensuring no crucial detail is missed. It's about creating a conversation that matters, that resonates, that makes a difference. Be the change in your compliance approach. See the transformation for yourself at ethico.com/CPN. Book a demo, try our free ROI calculator, and explore the white paper by Tom Fox, The ROI of Compliance.
The Daily Compliance News for June 4, 2024, the AMLA edition. And we begin with that story from the Wall Street Journal. Risk and Compliance Journal, Richard Vandeford reporting that the EU has approved a new financial crime agency. It is a new anti-money laundering watchdog, a move aimed at closing loopholes for illicit cash flows from the EU. The Council of the EU, a legislative body, adopted a package of AML measures, and the new agency will be called the Authority for Anti-Money Laundering and Countering of Financing of Terrorism, or AMLA. Will start work in mid-2025 and have direct supervisory powers over finance companies. Next up, from the Financial Times, consulting companies are in crisis, according to Rana Foroohar from the FT. She said that these companies are shedding workers and offering financial incentives for others to leave, cutting costs and reorganizing, because not only is there a sense of penny pinching from their customers, but consulting companies are under political pressure as well because of their work for entities such as the Chinese government, President Zuma, the corrupt former president of South Africa, and of course their well-known work for the Sackler family at Purdue Pharma. Next up, from the New York Times, reports that Toyota Motor, Honda Motor, and other top Japanese automakers said on Monday that internal investigations had found they mishandled vehicle testing on dozens of models over the past year. Toyota said it failed to gather proper data when doing pedestrian and occupant safety tests for 3 models. The automakers have been told by the Japanese government to open up investigations and to get it right. And our final story comes to us from Morningstar, I think a first-time contributor to the Daily Compliance News. But their story is that the Swedish telecom maker Ericsson has concluded a plea deal it reached with the U.S. DOJ over its massive FCPA violations. Ericsson entered into the DPA back in 2019 and had a monitor and, of course, over $1 billion fines and penalties for a massive systemic corruption scheme to sell products. But in spite of the fact that Ericsson had it extended for failing to disclose other areas of corruption, the company has now made it out of the DPA. So congratulations to Ericsson. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.